So in Sudan, where the northern half of the country tends to be Arab Muslims near Egypt, and the southern part are blacks that are non-Muslims, the African community is actually persecuted by Arab Muslims. They are put into concentration camps. Some of them are treated like second-class citizens. What they do is nothing like what any Western nation would do. And the big issue is, are the Arab states and Muslim countries hypocrites? I actually believe that it leans in more than one direction. I believe that because some of them are conformists, the idea of criticizing the system doesn't exist, because the idea of criticism doesn't exist. Now, many societies that are not Muslim also have an issue with freedom of speech and the lack thereof, but a fair share of Muslim countries tend to ignore the issues in their own communities. If Arab Muslims and black Muslims didn't like the way these South Sudanese were treated, then why don't they speak up? Why don't the ones in other countries speak up? Why don't the American Muslims speak up against what's going on in their own countries? It seems as if the propaganda machine has used them so much that their own minds have literally melted. Another way of saying that they feel too useless to care, or their minds are so focused on other things that they don't care. But apparently the genocide of a group of people, which also represent the entire Palestinian population, is apparently unimportant. And because these people weren't Arabs persecuted by non-Arabs, it's also unimportant. Because if the Palestinian population of about 1 million people was completely wiped out, people would care, even if it was only a tenth or a 100th of the population. And this seems to be true in all forms of hypocritical nations on any side of the spectrum, where when something bad happens, you just look the other way. We might as well look at the other way on the welfare system in the United States, or the corruption in the United States too, because unfortunately we also have it. So the two-facedness by many Islamists and moderate Muslims is very, very terrible. And if the moderate ones spoke out against what was happening, if they read what Sharia law was about, maybe they wouldn't be on the opposite side of the spectrum. Maybe they would start actually trying to value liberties. Nothing in the American Constitution forbids the existence of Islam, just as it doesn't forbid the existence of any religion at all. So this idea that America is doing something to stop American Muslims is in fact a lie that the media has created. And as I said before, if they focused more on the real issues in their communities and not things such as American foreign policy, maybe we could get somewhere.